One of the most bewildering and frustrating things about working with the girls was they would claim that the reason they were doing what they were doing was for money. And so we gave them everything that they could have needed. We provided a place for them to stay, a roof over their heads. We provided food. We provided finances for either schooling or learning a trade. Everything they think they could have possibly needed, we were providing for them. And for a few girls, that was enough. But for so many more, they would go right back into their old profession, sometimes in only a couple days. And we thought, how could this be? I know they don't actually love it. They told us through their tears how horrible it made them feel and how badly they wanted out. And when we offered them the help, they seemed to be so appreciative. Why do they keep running back when everything that they could want is right in front of them? But see, something had happened to these girls. Through the process of doing what they were doing, slowly their self-confidence and their self-worth eroded until there was these labels that were written all over their hearts. These labels that they couldn't do anything else. These labels that they weren't worth anything else or anything more, that they were failures. And there was no way to convince them otherwise. There was no way to change their behavior until we first changed their heart issues. What labels have you allowed to be written on your heart about who you are? When you were a kid, did you start adopting the labels of your parents or your peers or your friends or your teachers? I guarantee that you did. We all did. The question is, what were those labels? If you were lucky and you had positive people around you, maybe you adopted some great labels of that you can achieve anything, that you were special and you were loved. But for others who weren't as fortunate to have positive people around, did you adopt those labels every time somebody told you that you couldn't, or you weren't good at that, or that you were stupid, or worthless, or that you never amount to anything? Or maybe it wasn't even people, maybe it was circumstances in your life that led you to label yourself, and you said, there's no way that I could be worth anything if this has happened to me. There's no way that I have a future, that I have a hope if this has happened to me. Where did your labels come from? Who did you let speak into your life? And when did it change? When did you stop believing in yourself? When did you allow other people's opinions to become truth for you? Because see, here's what I know. I know there is only one person who is allowed to label you. And it's not other people around you. It's the one who created you. And this is the label that he gives you. He doesn't say that you're worthless, that you can't. He says, Philippians 4:13, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. John 1:12, you are a child of God. Corinthians 1:30, you are wise, righteous. Ephesians, you are redeemed and forgiven. Ephesians 1:11, you have a great inheritance. Thessalonians 1:4, you are chosen and loved by God. You are more than conquerors. Ephesians 2:10, you are God's incredible work of art. Ephesians 4:24, you are created in God's likeness. Romans 8:38, nothing can separate you from the love of God. He has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. Genesis 2:11, that you are valuable. Psalms 139 says he knows every hair on your head. Matthew 10:11 says that you were fearfully and wonderfully made. The labels of the world, the labels that you've adopted for yourself are irrelevant. Replace them. You are not worthless. You are not unable. You are not any less capable of anyone else than reaching your goals and your dreams or rising to the top. You are not any less valuable than anyone else. You are exactly who your God created you to be. You are his valuable work of art. That is the only label that you accept.